Namaste to everyone and welcome to yet another episode of our show Sadhaks of Sadhana. Sadhaks of Sadhana is a show where we bring you real sadhaks with their real stories. We are back after a short break after the completion of our epic Sri Ram Yagya campaign for Sri Rama's welcome at Ayodhya. And thanks to everyone who was a part of this welcome brigade for Sri Rama with Manasik Yagyas on the Sadhana app. Sadhaks of Sadhana is our show on the Vedic Sadhana Foundation's official YouTube channel, where we bring you interesting experiences and perspectives of sadhana by practicing sadhaks and more. My name is Divya Chandrika. I am your host for the Sadhaks of Sadhana show and also a sadhak and part of the Vedic Sadhana Foundation's core team. It brings me so much pleasure to be here before you presenting the Sadhaks of Sadhana show. Through the perspectives of other sadhaks walking the path of sadhana, we strengthen our practice and grow stronger as a community that has the same shared vision, which is to get more and more people realize the beauty and potential of sadhana. The Vedic Sadhana Foundation is an ATG approved not for profit organization dedicated to reviving the beauty and glory of the Vedas and making it more accessible to everyone. Through transformative programs and the flagship app Sadhana, the foundation reconnects individuals with their cultural roots, serving humanity through the way of Sanatana Dharma. Today, on the Sadhaks of Sadhana show, we have Divya Chandrika, a multifaceted artist living in Colorado, USA. She is also a Carnatic vocalist, Veena artist. She's an entrepreneur and a mom. And the beauty is she started an Instagram channel and YouTube channel to post her singing and Veena videos, but eventually she started posting videos with her son, which talks about or which shows the way she teaches shlokas and mantras to the young child. And incidentally, this has gone viral, right? And it has reached such a massive audience. And it just shows us one thing, right? That people are really looking for this kind of guidance, this kind of content, and everybody wants some way to connect their kids to Sanatan Dharma and pass on these values in a tangible, easy manner. So welcome Divya, thank you for the work you're doing, and such a pleasure to have you on the Sadhaks of Sadhana show. A very hearty welcome to you.
Thank you so much. First of all, thank you so much, Devi ji, for this opportunity, and I'm glad that I got a chance to collaborate with you and be a part of Sadhaks of Sadhana.
No, thank you very much for being here. I know it's a little late for you there in Colorado, but thanks for taking the time and still being a part of the show. Thank you very much. So, Divya ji, I would like to, begin by, requesting you to share your journey, especially your spiritual journey, because as you mentioned in your bio and through our conversations as well, you started with something where you just wanted to kind of showcase the music and the Veena pieces that you've learned, but then it took a significant turning point. So what was that turning point? What is it that significantly shaped your spiritual journey?
Basically, I came from a joint family where spirituality is embedded from my childhood, and for me, it played a very crucial role in every aspect of my life.
Right.
And we used to participate in lots of pujas and yagnas. As I'm a classical singer and a Veena artist, for every festival I used to have a concert in all the temples of my city. And that's my way of celebrating a festival, like doing a concert in temple premises and attending the pujas and yagnas. And in this process, I used to chant many mantras that had a great impact on me. As I said, I'm a singer. I can feel that energies while singing. It's more like connecting with the God, and that became one of the part of my life. So I decided to post these singing videos and my Veena videos in Instagram, and I started my YouTube channel. But eventually I started posting my son videos, that how I teach him slokas and all mantras. And surprisingly, these all reels got viral and that got a very massive reach.
Amazing. It just says how much people are looking for such, guidance, right? So it's great. So how do you see this when you began teaching this to your son? How was the journey? Like, how did he begin learning, and how is he taking it now? And generally, people are looking for guidance on how to teach children to kind of seamlessly integrate these dharmic principles, because it's not just about chanting the shlokas, it's also about integrating those principles. And how do you get them to learn or understand the significance of it from an early age?
So, as I said, that we have been following these spirituality and dharmic principles from generations, I believe that definitely some of these qualities would inherit in him. And I definitely wanted to raise my son with strong cultural roots. That's the reason I started reading Bhagavad Gita in my pregnancy.
Okay.
And lots of time I used to sing classical songs, chant Hanuman Chalisa and some bhajans. As we know, the Abhimanyu was in his mother's womb when he heard about the Chakravyuh, right? And I feel that every mom can do this. Every mom has a kind of power like Shakti, Devi in her. They can spread their power.
Yes.
By doing all these things, every pregnant lady is not only energizing herself but also the life within her.
Absolutely.
And my son was born during quarantine, and we left no choice to pass the time within the four walls.
Okay.
He started observing me doing all the daily religious practices I do. And when we saw him grasping the things faster as a 6 months old, I made a specific pattern to teach him every day.
Okay.
And right before sleeping, the child's brain will be in such a state that it can store a lots of memory. So I used to sing songs, chant mantras, tell some stories, and I followed that pattern that consistently. So I can say that just believe in this process. Consistency, persistence, and perseverance are the key aspects. As they watch the surroundings and grow, they need a good environment, which I tried my level best to create.
That's great. Awesome. It's interesting that you should mention this, because Vedic Sadhana Foundation, especially through the Sadhana app, we also offer workshops for pregnant women during their pregnancy journey, as well as before when they are aspiring parents. We also are planning to bring these workshops so that the exact thing that you said right now can happen for more and more women and more children, where the subconscious is getting primed to the spiritual values themselves, right? And when it is done from a very early age, and even better from the womb itself, then our job when they come out is infinitely easier, right? So thank you for mentioning that. And generally, I would really like to hear from you how the incorporation of these dharmic principles has enhanced your overall well-being of yours, as well as your families. Is there any specific instance that you can recall? Would really like to hear on that.
Yeah, following dharmic principles and doing sadhana, in my opinion, it's like discipline. They help you focus, they reinforce your positive beliefs and aligns your energies, and also it helps to manifest things easily. And surely I can say on kids, it affects more at this tender age. There's lots of advantages in following our dharmic principles, and I can see the difference in my son, right? Like reciting shlokas, for example, he recite that Annapurne Sadapurne shloka before eating. That made him learn about praying goddess Annapurna and showing gratitude towards the food which we eat. And let's say the other shloka, before sleeping, he chants like Ramaskandam Hanumantam Vainateyam Vrukodaram Shayaneya Smare Nityam Duswapnam Tasya Nashyati.
Ramaskandam Hanumantam
That means we are asking Lord Hanuman, the devotee of Rama, Garuda, and Bhima, before going to bed, please destroy my bad dreams. The one who chants this before going to bed will have a good dreams with good sleep. Like reciting shlokas at a very young age like this improves kids' memory, it broadens their understanding of the traditions, and they can absorb fundamental values like kindness, honesty, and empathy, shaping their character at a very young age. Also, by repeating shlokas that may have a calming effect on child, promoting emotional well-being and providing them with tool for self-soothing themselves during times of stress and anxiety, and also it enhances children's linguistic abilities that helps improving their pronunciation and vocabulary.
Yeah. It's interesting because there is something called the Sanskrit effect. There's been a bunch of researchers who have done this research, and it's become very famous, the Sanskrit effect, where just the chanting of the mantras, it has an effect on the developing minds, even adults, and it really improves memory. It improves, like you said, linguistic abilities and also the ability to manage stress. So somehow it has a neuro effect, and it has been found and proven by neuroscientists from the West, because even though we have all these things, we kind of tend to gravitate towards what the West tells us. So this is really important that it has come from the West. They have done this research and bring it back to us, saying the Sanskrit effect is real. So thank you for bringing that up. And because you live in the US, right? You live in a completely different environment from where you were brought up, and it's kind of a foreign setting, and there tends to be some misunderstanding about our dharmic traditions. There could be some flippancy, there could be some kind of a different perspective coming from an outsider's view, because some things, because we are so integrated, so marinated in this culture, we kind of understand it naturally without too much of intervention. But when it comes from when an outsider sees it, it could be very, sometimes even strange to them. For example, when I was in my previous office, it was really strange for my colleague to wrap his head around the fact that we actually worship the sun. He just could not get it, right? But it is so integral to our culture, and for us, it is a natural thing. How do you handle these questions?
Every culture got its own stature. We need to respect it thoroughly. Like misunderstanding is a individual mindset. Holding to our perspective strongly helps the other individual to make understand the real concept unspoken. Like surely I can say that in every generation, like generation gaps, we say people misinterpret the things that happening now. For example, let's say simple things like in India, we apply turmeric on our doorsteps, right? It protects us from insects and bad bacteria to enter the house. But that's very strange here. We cannot do that openly here. And again, it has so many examples. Like we can take, we use cow dung, it has so many medical properties, but this generation needs all scientific proofs to believe that, and but we need to provide that. But one good thing I observed in this generation is nowadays large number of people are trying to learn about these simple things which is must needed to our future generation, and that's the best part I observed here. That's the reason I think my son reels going viral, because so many people are interested in this stuff nowadays.
Yes.
That's the best part.
Yes, absolutely. And interesting that we really need to be wary, and really need to value our knowledge that has been passed on by our ancient rishis, even our cultural settings, even from our grandmothers, the way our households have been So if we don't do that, we are in danger of giving it away, right? And somebody else may, come back to us teaching us about what we had known, which was common knowledge to us, but then it comes back to us as new knowledge from somebody else. And of course, it will always have its, tweaks. And yeah, we might lose the core of it. So, yeah, I would really like to know your thoughts about the Sadhana app and how you see it helping your journey and your son's journey, through this, whatever you've taken up as your path.
In today's world, technology is everything, and using that positive side of the technology, you created such an amazing app and you brought spirituality into our hands. Thank you so much for that. Nowadays, daily we cannot go to the temples, right? But Sadhana app is like connecting to our core roots, spiritual practices, Vedic rituals, and so many sadhanas I have seen in that app. We kind of lost connection with all of these, and it's like reconnecting again and making everyone conscious about this. I can say that people who are watching this video, please make sure of this app and it will help you to reach your goal. And mainly, I think I like the thing in that app is that 12-minute Nitya Puja. That's a great way to start your day. Me and my son are doing that from past 1 week.
Oh,
And
amazing.
we both like that, and it's like kids friendly, and definitely I'm sure kids likes that app.
Yeah, it's very friendly, and it's a kind of hand-holding guide, right? And it's very easy. It's very pleasant on the eyes to also watch and interact with the elements and do it. So you're interacting with, I mean, you're spending your screen time in such a positive way, right? So thank you, Divya, for showing the path for many parents to bring our children into this fold, the fold of Sanatan Dharma, because we do think that mothers play a very important role, and you have definitely shown the path. So thank you for doing that, and thank you for being on this show. And to everyone watching, I would also like to say that we are in the month of February. February is a month of Magha, when the Gupt Navratri of Devi is celebrated. There are usually two Gupt Navratris in a year, one in Magha and one in Ashadha of the Hindu calendar. And the Gupt Navratris are, I mean, all Navratris are aligned to the seasons. And the Gupt Navratris, especially, they occur during the planting season. And planting seasons are often closely guarded and done without much display, because the young saplings are tender and they could be easily harmed. So on the fields, this is a time of just putting down your head, doing the hard work, and the soil is tilled, and fresh soil is unearthed, and the new seeds are planted with so much hope for them to bear fruit. And this can be very much likened to our path of sadhana. It's much like that. We have to really put our head down with great patience and mindfulness. We really have to do the hard work of sadhana. Sadhana itself means practice, right? During this Gupt Navratri, I urge everyone to quietly plant the seeds of transformation in you. And the Sadhana app really makes it very easy, incredibly easy to tap into the sacred energy of Ma. All you have to do is tap on the lion on the home screen of the Sadhana app once it comes on, and let yourself be guided through the next 9 days into the divine energy of Ma. The Gupt Navratri dates are from February 10th to February 19th, with guided mantras and yagyas that are particular to the Gupt Navratri sadhana, the Navdurga sadhana. This particular sadhana has been revived from the jaws of obscurity and made configured into the sadhana app, so that anyone who has access to technology, has access to the sadhana app, can perform this powerful sadhana, which is only for 9 days. It's incredibly easy, and it is not something that you should let pass you by, because it's really like given to you in a very easily packaged manner. It's almost like a laddu in your hand. So please do not let it pass by. And with that, I invite you to perform the Navdurga Sadhana, and also would like to thank Divya for sharing all your wonderful insights, sharing your wonderful journey with us, and also sharing your son's wonderful journey with us. So, thank you for that. Thank you for coming on the Sadhaks of Sadhana show.
Thanks to all the people who are watching me, and thanks to the whole Sadhana app team. And thank you for having me.
Absolutely, it's our pleasure. And I hope everyone here enjoyed this session as much as we did. Divya and I had a great time chatting. Stay tuned as we bring another guest to you with more beautiful insights on our one and only Sadhaks of Sadhana show. Namaste to everyone, and until next time, goodbye.